I'm not. The reason I'm calling and the reason I consider myself experiencing sexual misconduct, it's because I am distressed by the sexual misconduct that I am receiving, and I am not sure how to continue being alive with this type of events happening in my life.
I'm so sorry you're feeling like that, and thank you for calling. We are here to help you. I understand. Are you at any danger to yourself right now? Please just let me know. Are you in any danger to yourself right now?
No, I understand why you're asking.
So just talk me through things. I want to help you as best as possible. Just talk me through things, and I'm here to help.
To be very honest, I right now when you are saying I want to help as best as possible, the phone is cutting off and my mom is laughing because she can hear the conversation, she can hear the phone line cutting off, she can hear what I'm saying. I'm with my family. We're living in San Antonio, Texas, and my parents are like 5 feet from me. They are aware of the story because they are also living it. And so I am trying to, please bear with me. I am not, how do I explain it in a very easy fashion? I understand that there are situations that are probably more like physically extreme, like physical rape, as in like actual physical rape completed. I'm not calling because of that. The easiest way to say it is that in the past 3 years, I have had my sexual privacy deprived of me because I'm living with HIV. I am being objectified, and the people that are doing this to me have zero regard for the well-being of the victim they are creating. And therefore, I don't consider my life worth living because of that abuse. Without that abuse, I would not be having this issue. And so the real purpose of the phone call is to sort of express or process something new that is occurring in the world. And maybe, I don't know, but I assume because you are connected with Rain, I suppose, that maybe you or other people in this trauma space will know about womenslaw.org. That's a website. It's and it involves like domestic violence type of situations, and it lists out all types of tactics and forms of abuses that occurs. And I understand that women face that in a very specific manner, maybe not the same as a man, who obviously I'm a guy because of my voice. But here's what's included in that website, and here's my problem. My problem is that basically there is a new form of cyberstalking that did not exist before. It is happening to me, and I imagine other people, whether they were women or men, that if they experience cyberstalking, they would know, they would understand what I'm going through. Essentially, there are, I don't know how many people, but it's possibly more than one person. They are having remote access to mine, my sister's, and my mother's cell phone devices, even pushed to start cars, and laptops, and smart TVs. What my trauma is, what I'm claiming is just the facts. The facts are, for the past 3 years, the remote access thing has happened to me. I am not able to have a romantic conversation or a platonic conversation, because having remote access to what I mean by that is that you are a person, and I mean you, who the person I'm talking to, you probably have a phone, a personal device. Imagine if someone, it doesn't matter what their job is, just imagine if that person found a way to hack into your personal device and then view your phone screen, like literally view your phone screen as if they had it in your own hands. They would know every email you write, they would know every person you talk to, they would know every naked photography that you take of yourself, they know every X-rated video that you watch. This is the problem. Everything that is my life, there is an obsession with my sex life to an unhealthy degree, and just because I'm living with HIV does not mean that I should be targeted in this way. And I am having a hard time simply being alive, because every day that I wake up, I wish I didn't. I just wish I didn't wake up anymore. You don't understand.
I'm so sorry you feel that way. It is very difficult. It is really hard what you're going through, and I am here for you, and I really want to help you. So, are you looking into, because Dorothy does provide services like counseling. I can find counseling services that are closer to you. We can even talk about safety planning, just talking through some coping skills, support systems. I want to be there for you. So, hello?
Yes, you paused, so I don't know what that means.
I'm sorry, where did I cut off?
Just, I don't know what that means. Whatever you just said, that you want to tell. My problem is that there is no resource to really help me, because this is happening on purpose. I am being abused on purpose. My civil rights don't matter. That's why my mom was laughing a moment ago, because she already knows what I'm saying. I already told her before the phone call. The thing is, it's that this is happening by someone probably employed by police. And apparently, we don't have civil rights, because it's possible that this person is a police person, and I am being treated, I guess, like living with HIV is just being criminalized, because they continue to have access to my, if they have access to my phone device, they have access to my nudes and to any pornography that I watch. And therefore, this level of deprivation that I have been living for 3 years, it's not a day, it's been 3 years of and the sexual misconduct occurs in that fashion. Anytime that I engage in my privacy, there are alterations of the phone itself. They target me like a cyber attacker. I've already shown the proof, because I've made the police report and I've talked to the attorneys. The problem is the attorneys are honest. I'm not talking about them. I mean the people who are doing this, they don't care. Like, they don't care if I get hurt. They just don't. And I am disturbed by their level of morality, because they don't have one. So I don't know that you're able to help me. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help you, and I'm trying to help Rain, and I'm trying to help anyone that has access to cyberstalking related understanding, because what is occurring, it's only occurring because they have remote access. And so I'm trying to tell people, hey, if this ever happens to you, you are likely to be abused. Like, they are likely to abuse their power, and therefore, I don't know. I don't know how I would help them in that circumstance. So you're probably not able to help me. I am just trying to tell people that these events actually do happen now, because 10 years ago, people would be more likely to tell people, oh, it's not that big a deal, or you're hallucinating, or you're making it up. No, no, no. I am a living artifact that people are able to hack into your device and then occupy your life like this. Like cyber stalking is a real thing. That's I don't want people to believe that it's not. That's the problem I'm facing.
I understand. And while because I'm just a volunteer here, what I can do is I am going to transfer you to my staff on call, and I believe that she will be able to help much more, and I just wanted to let you know that.
All right.
Give me 1 second, and then I will transfer you over to her, and should be able to help.
He or she, I don't know. You said both genders, sure.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Ivan Pena. I called related to sexual misconduct.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Hi. You know who I'm speaking with? Can I have your name?
Ivan Pena.
Okay. Ivan. Okay, so I've kind of been told a little bit about what's going on. Can you just explain to me kind of what the situation and how can we help you today?
I am not sure that you're able to help me. I am trying to help you before my life is over. Essentially, I have experienced multiple events of sexual misconduct. I continue to be harassed through cyber stalking. It is actually related to my sex life. It is the only reason I called Rain. If not, it would just not have been appropriate. I am being cyber stalked in a way where my sex life is the object of fascination, and they are obsessed with my sex life, and therefore they hacked into my devices, they hacked into my sister's devices, they hacked into my mom's devices. And although I have spoken to civil rights attorneys and they have validated my experiences and they believe that what I'm going through is actual abuse, I am still not able to be separated from the people who are harassing me by cyber stalking me, because I have proof that they continue to remotely access my phone screen. Like they literally are able to view my phone screen, and they interact with me. And even though I have X-rated videos or like the rights that anyone has, the fact that I'm living with HIV, I feel is at the core of this situation, and my sexual privacy is being deprived. This has occurred over 3 years. This is not a one-time event. It's been 3 years. You don't understand.
Who is they that's doing this to you?
The easiest way to tell you, ma'am, is that, first of all, I am not expecting that you can help me. I view this as me helping other people, because by me telling people that cyber stalking happens, it will at least get people to be brave enough to report those kinds of sexual misconducts, because that is one of the major issues, that people's competency when it involves cyber stalking. Apparently people are just not believing them. Now, who is doing this? It is likely that it is one or more than one person that is employed in this investigation that was made against my mother, and I imagine by proxy myself. The investigation was bullshit from the start. Essentially, someone believed that my parents helping me financially in my personal life meant that they had illegal monies, and that is how it started. It started 3 years ago. Our neighbors essentially told us that things were happening. It became a town scandal. Yeah, that is really at the core.
Question: Are you currently at home right now, and like you're thinking of ways to self-harm?
I'm not sure what you're trying to understand. Basically, my parents and I are living in a Stay America extended stay hotel because they are having problems with housing, and we're in the middle of that. And we are in San Antonio, Texas.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so for us, these people, they're kind of, with this scandal and stuff, they're just harassing you right now. The police are not investigating. Have you reported to San Antonio police, or is it a different police department?
Well, it's been, I don't know what details are relevant. The main reason I am calling is because in the past 30 minutes, I have had, like, yes, yes, I've made police reports, and yes, I've even, like, at the suggestion of an attorney to, like, make a report, like an internal affairs report with the city. I did that. Yes, that happened, and it happened maybe like 4 or 6 months ago. And the cyber harassment still continues. It is daily. The problem is with abusers, when you let them abuse somebody, they will never stop because they view it as ownership. They view people as, like, I am extremely acquainted with abusive mentality. I have studied it most of my life. These people, when they're allowed to abuse others, they don't stop because they're being rewarded. Like, that's the problem.
Right. How can we help you today? Because I understand that's really overwhelming, and it's frustrating.
I am trying to let you know the way that you can help me is that at this point, when someone has been abused like I have, and the thing is, I really am not trying to be ostentatious about this. I understand that there are probably more physically violent scenarios that even I know, because I grew up in domestic violence. So, like, I know that there are more physically violent scenarios amongst people that they probably do call rain. My point in calling is that the biggest hardship I am facing is this personal attack towards me and in my competency. What I mean by that is when a sexual when any form of abuse that involves sexuality, when a person like that goes forward with whatever abuse is occurring in their life, they are likely to face gaslighting and people changing the facts, because that's a way to victimize someone and keep them abused and silent. The biggest problem that I have faced is that the abuse that I'm having it's happening not just in public, like physical, but it's happening in the cyberspace. And the fact that I don't care, this is because I've lived it. I don't care about the gender of the person. I view it as anyone who's being cyber stalked in any form. People who are less competent than me are going to face personal attacks and people saying that they are imagining or making things up. And I find that very disgusting, because what I've had to do to prove that these things are happening. I would like to tell you that so that you are able to tell others. There is something called System Error 5. This is public information. You can Google this. This means on any laptop that you purchase, any computer, even phones, there is a concept called administration rights, meaning that you are the only person really to have access to this device. When someone hacks into someone else's device, what they are doing is stealing administration rights from the person who owns the property, disabling their administration rights, and then making themselves the administrator of that account. That is how they are able to view your screen remotely. And the way you prove this, it'll tell you on Google, you would have to do this thing called run command prompt, run for administrator, and see if you have administrator rights. If you do, then it'll say it. If you don't, it'll say access is denied, system error 5, and it'll say this means that someone else made themselves the administrator. Okay? That is one way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And Ivan, I just have a quick question for you because I have to clarify this before we can continue. So when I first answered the call, you kind of messaged me that you're telling me this stuff because you're not going to be here. You have plans to self-harm. Is that correct, or am I misunderstanding that?
There's a misunderstanding. I am not in this moment actively wanting to end my life. It is more so that what I mean by that is I am not safe alive, and I don't want to be here alive. I don't want to be in this world because I am being abused daily.
But you don't have any plans to do anything to yourself.
I know you are legally required to help me, but I don't want that. I believe in death with dignity. I don't believe in Texas. I do not agree with Texas. I don't believe with Christians anymore. I am simply telling you I don't believe people go to hell if they take their life, and I am not actively trying to take my life. And I'm not actively trying to take my life.
Okay. I have a question though for you. Would you be willing to present to the ER to just get some help and maybe someone, just complete an assessment, and even there, if needed, they can get the police to come and do a report?
No, that wouldn't be helpful. I've already made the reports, and I am not trying to actively take my life. I honestly would just tell that I want you to understand that I have visited HIV-related clinics, and I have been to the therapist that is there, and they told me to my face, they know that this is happening to me because it's happening to other clients, and what I tell them is not the first time they've heard it. So me telling this to a doctor, it won't make a difference. It won't make a difference. So the only difference is a legal recourse difference. It's not a medical one, because they won't, like, the doctor is not here living with my parents or myself. So, mamá,
¿Qué?
¿puedes decirle que está pasando estas cosas?
¿Sí es cierto lo que está pasando?
I don't know if you could hear her, but she mostly speaks Spanish. She's saying what I'm saying is true. These things are happening. So, I suppose if you are able to ever help someone who is a victim of sexual misconduct and cyberstalking, I am giving you the keys that you need to know how to prove that they are actually being harassed in that way. That is literally my point, because they don't deserve to be gaslighted. People don't deserve to be gaslighted in that way. The Surveillance Accountability Act that was introduced this past month, it is also there online for you to look up. That's essentially what's happening in my family, and that's really all. I just would like to help you in that aspect.
Okay, and because you're helping us so much, would you be willing to give me some contact information so that one of our legal advocates that we have with Darcy can reach out to you? So they're not lawyers, but they understand the legal workarounds and what kind of happens with the process. And just so that we can follow up with you, so that we can understand what needs to happen and how we can best support survivors of situations like this.
I don't know.
It seems like a phone number.
I don't know that that would be helpful, and I assume that you have a phone number if you have caller ID. I don't know. Like, just you can use whatever you have. Like, my point is, I'm not helping you so much. The way that you say it, it's like I'm helping you so much, but I'm being authentic. I'm not being exaggerated or fake. Like, I am literally telling
No,
you
you're
that
not. But
I
you
am
being
telling you.
your authentic self is helping.
I understand what you're doing. People think I went to nursing school and they think that I can become a nurse practitioner of mental health. I'm not. I understand that you are talking to me in a way to assuage. I understand how you're talking to me. I would talk to someone else like that too. I just don't. It just probably wouldn't be helpful. It's just it won't be. I am not trying to take my life
And
in
you
this
have free
moment.
will to say no. You have free will to say no, and I respect that. But I think you are, and I know you are a very intelligent person. I've been speaking to you in your conversation. I can tell that you've thought a lot about this. You've gone through this. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry because the system has failed you in this end. And I apologize for your experience on behalf of the system. It's really unfortunate, and I think that you do have some insights that most people don't have the courage to call us and talk about this stuff because it's so scary and it's very daunting. So to have someone call us and tell us what's happening in a situation where something isn't being done correctly, it's not very often we get these type of calls.
I assume yes. I assume I am aware of that. I am aware. So I I don't that's my point. I am not sure that you are able to help me because I already have contacted the people that needed to help me. I am just I the reason I called today is because the cyber stalking thing was happening. I took videos and screenshots and then uploaded it to my YouTube channel. This is not the first time I do this. It's not the first time that this is happening. I just I'm letting you know a way to prove when cyber stalking occurs, and I will just let it be there. I appreciate the phone call. Thank you. I am having to re-record this. This is showing that I had a file, screenshot 2026, February 12th, 165438, and it's right next to, on the same day, February 12th, 2026, something related to the Better Business Bureau. Again, every day I am having my time wasted by people who have zero regard for the well-being of victims they create. They don't deserve to be in the life of other people, and I am done living this life. I will not live another day. It is not worth it. They are the bane of existence. And I noticed that while I was making a video regarding the abuses of today, that this file is saying that it was corrupted, and because other files have been deleted or corrupted, like when I went to Dallas and this black woman and this black guy, like in their 50s or 60s, get out of their car and they just start accusing me falsely about when I was in the theater that I had hit their car even though I was never there. Like, these people are bullshitters. They don't deserve the time of day. Why I even brought that up was I recorded them doing that, and then later I noticed that that video where they were accusing me was no longer magically on my phone. Just like I had a second file recording of a graduation discrimination event, and it's not there. So that is why I have to assume that this corrupted file, because it was not like a screenshot. I've never had that. So it is likely that it was related to that day, February 12th, And because on that day what had happened was the Better Business Bureau website was being disabled because someone has access to my computer and then they disable the features on the actual website through my laptop. That is what I imagine occurred here.